Go for it.
Okay, let's get started, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I know it's a long weekend. I had a hard time pulling myself away from the dock. My family's home to be here, but I love seeing all these faces show up. It just shows your commitment, and I appreciate each one of you so, so much. If you don't know me, my name is Morgan. I'm from Ontario. I hooked up with Tinney over here, really wanting to expand the Start Your Life vision for all of Canada and really get the one team movement going. So connecting all of us, getting leaders working together and doing some really awesome things for this movement that we all love so much. If you guys are tuning into the recording, we are aligned with a nutrition and wellness company, and we are all a part of a 18 to 35-year-old movement of young people that just think a little differently. We push against the status quo. We see bigger things for ourselves and for other young people. So that's a little bit about us. Our biggest vision is that, we want to ignite all young people physically and financially to own their lives through contribution and leave a lasting legacy. So powerful peeps on this call if you're tuning into the recording. And this call is just to offer tool support, coaching, and inspiration and get your belief to 10 out of 10 in all areas. It's to connect all of us throughout Canada, hear some stories, because we know that we're just storytellers. We learn from people and we share their stories and, grow this movement together. So a little disclaimer, we are a part of a nutritional company. We just work with the ideal of a really wonderful balance of good nutrition. It's just food. We don't diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases or illnesses. You may also hear some income claims or success claims here. Everything is related to how much work you put into it. I love that I get to work in a job that whatever I put in is what I get out. So, nothing is some work is involved, and you're going to hear some awesome success stories here on the call tonight. So with that, we're going to jump right into the training piece, actually, where we are going to hear from the company's youngest crystal executive. Alex Tinney, who we heard from before, is from Gore's Landing, which is near Coburg, right? Ish. Yeah, I don't know where Gore's Landing is. I know where Coburg is. He's a buddy of mine. He hit Crystal Executive when he was only 18 years old, which if you don't know what that is, it's the highest rank in our company, which is amazing because he's like fresh out of high school. He's 19 years old now, and he's passionate about growing his team, and he's becoming a really huge leader for all of Canada. So I'm excited to hear some of his training tips. So take it away, Alex.
Thank you, Morgan. That was super well said with your introduction. And I'm glad that we have such a happy and young creative host, which is really nice. So hi guys, I'm Alex Tinney. I'm from Gore's Landing, Ontario. A little bit about myself before I got involved with Isagenix was my brother had opened up a gym, and someone had introduced the nutrition to him, and he had said no for about 4 months, and then he got involved. And then I was a provincial gymnast myself, and I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. So I just stopped training. I let my body go. I didn't care about what I ate. Like, I ate McDonald's every day. Like, when I say every day, I mean every day. It was like on my priority list to make sure I got to McDonald's. I wasn't going through a very good path. Like, I was like causing trouble. And my brother was like, Alex, please come to the gym. I'm like, no, leave me alone. Like, back off. So I had come to realization that I was going down a really rough path. And I said, I need to get into the gym. I need to get nutrition into my body. So that's when I had started. And since then, I've become an outgoing person. My confidence has been built. And I was like, everyone really deserves to feel like this. So I went with it, and I just went. So I want to start with a vulnerability piece, because I think when someone reaches a rank and they feel like there's this position of, like, I want to say like power or authority that they feel they need to hold, or that they just need to like be like, oh, like I have to be the best. I can't like have my sad times, which that isn't the truth. So what I want everyone to do is put in the chat what their recognition rank is and what their paid as rank is, and how many consultants they're sitting at. So for me, I'm a crystal executive, but I'm only paid as manager with 5 consultants. So I think it's important to make ourselves vulnerable and put it out there that we're not all like perfect. Like, we fall, we go back up. So if everyone could put that in the chat, just so to make ourselves vulnerable. And Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. This is awesome, guys. Just making yourselves vulnerable. I really like that. And I think it's super, super important. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about my story of how I went up and down. So I had gone manager and I had earned the Welcome Home Challenge, and I was like, oh, perfect. I've earned the challenge. I'm just going to go on my paid trip and enjoy myself. So while I was there, the shares, I'm sure, does everyone know what the shares are? Yeah, thumbs up. Perfect. So while I was there, the shares had paid out, and I was like, why didn't I get paid for it? But not knowing that I had to stay a consultant, and I had missed out on a fair chunk of money, and I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I'm not missing out on this again. So I got myself back up to manager because I didn't want to miss out again. And I was messaged by a leader in the company and said, hey, like, I see you're going to red and white. There's a leadership training. If you can get to crystal director, because it was in like my like crystal period frame, she said, if you can get to director, I'll take you as my guest. And I was like, yeah, like I really want to do this, because I'd already set myself a goal of being a director at 18 years old, but this just kind of gave me fire to like get to this training. So I achieved director 3 weeks before the training, and I was like, hey, why not go for a crystal executive? Let's be crystal executive 18, because I hit it 3 weeks before like my deadline, which of my goal was for the training. So I went crystal executive at 18, but I fell from executive a few days later. I stayed at director for a few weeks. I then went to manager, then consultant, and I stayed there. I just felt so burnt out. I was like, I did not sleep. I was working so hard, and I was just like, whatever, like I'm fine. So I went to Celebration, which was amazing trainings. And I was actually in the bathroom crying because I was so upset. I was embarrassed. I was like ashamed because I had fallen from the highest rank and went back to the lowest rank. And that's why I wanted to do the vulnerability piece, because I felt like everyone needs to know it's okay. Like, it's human. And so I'm in the bathroom crying to Morgan, and I'm so upset, and I'm like, what do I do? And in the most serious, straight face, she said, well, the easiest thing would be to quit. Like, no emotion. She just said it. And I was like, what did you just say to me? And then I was like, what? Like, I'm being stupid. Like, if I got there the first time, I can get there the second time. Like, and it's okay, because we are human. So I got back from the training, back from Vegas, and I was like, I've got this. So Maura in my upline, Maura Lustig, I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. She had messaged me and was like, Alex, shares pay out on Sunday, and I only had one consultant. And I was like, I am not missing it for a second time. So since then, since she had messaged me from Vegas, I got myself back into 5 consultants, because I was not missing out on the shares again. And I just felt like I had a role that I needed to lead the people, because I had also let the people down that I had enrolled in, that I was helping achieve their goals. So I have Morgan to thank for bringing realization to me. I have Sue and Glenn to thank. I'm sure everyone knows Sue and Glenn Field, very powerful, inspiring leaders. Sue and Glenn had hopped on a Zoom call with me, and they were just going to they were going over a game plan with me to say like what I was going to do to get back on track, and talking to I had the answers with me the entire time. They just were asking me the questions, and I was giving them the answers. They just helped me get back on track, and since then, back to 5 consultants. So I love this piece. I thought it was super important. And now I'm going to move on to consistent action, because I feel like it's important. So what did I do to get to Crystal Executive when I'd fallen from manager to consultant, and then I wanted to run for the red and white leadership training, and then I went executive. So every Monday I had a team meeting for people who were wanting to run with this, wanted to make an income and start getting their products paid for. I had a meeting every Monday. I didn't miss one. And then, so we'd set our goals, and then every Friday I would have a Zoom call with them, because and not everyone can get out of their house to get to a place of a meeting. So I think Zoom, like here we are together, super, really cool and important. And that was on Friday. And if we hadn't hit our goals, we talked about what we were going to do to achieve them. So if they had set 5 goals and they only achieved 4, we'd work as a team to achieve that goal before Sunday at midnight, because we were really goal driven and we wanted to achieve those goals. So we had done that. Now, to show appreciation to them for working so hard, we would do potlucks. So we would like have a social, just catch up on everything, get to know each other a bit better, like becoming a family. And then we would do the business side afterwards. So do I still do that now? Yes, I do. Did I stop? Yes, I did. Did my business fall? Yes. And I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. I was really sad. And now that I've gotten back, I'm so appreciative that we do have the leaders in this company that help you get back on track, because I've got my mojo back. I'm back to like who I was. I'm really excited to share this with other people. So next part I want to do is the check-in, because I think it's super important to check in to stay held accountable. So this isn't a sob story at all. 2 to 3 weeks I've been packing up 2 houses, my house and my girlfriend's house. So I have had no time to myself whatsoever. So I'd get up at like 6, 7 in the morning. I'd go pack. I would take a break to get on my calls. So like my team meetings, Susan Sly's CEO call, Tracy O'Malley's call. I would take time to make sure I kept myself plugged in, and then I'd go back to work. And then I just felt like my only time to myself was like at my job being a coach, but like I'm still at work. So it really isn't time to myself. So like but I stayed committed, and that's the main thing, is staying committed. Consistency plus simplicity equals success. So if you want it, you'll find a way to do it. And I had found a way to do it, and it worked. So most people's actions don't match what they say they want to do or like what they want. So it's super important. Just stay in action. Make sure you get your posts on Facebook. Make sure you're checking in, making your new connect. And so, yeah, I thought that was super important. So right now I want everyone to set themselves a goal, put that in the chat box, say something that you're going to hit by next week. And if you haven't hit it by, say, Friday, message one of us. Just say Tina, Morgan, Alexandra, Trista, Kenny, any of us here. Just say, hey, I had set goals for myself and I haven't hit it. What can I do to hit it? Because it's really important to me. So set them and put them in the chat. And if you haven't hit them, message one of us and we'll help each other. Right? Five enrollments, 3 enrollments, 1 enrollment manager, set up 5 meetings. That's awesome, guys. That's really good. And like I said, if you haven't got there, message one of us. We're a team. We're one team. We're here to help. This is what drives each other, because I know when I was asked to do this call, I said yes right away, because if I didn't, I would be doing a disservice to you guys, because I may say something that you guys can connect to, and that wouldn't be fair for me to hold that back. So I want to thank you for taking your time, everybody, to listen to me. And I hope you got some good notes from it. Thank you.
That was so awesome, Alex. Thank you so much. Can we give Alex a round of applause? Quiet one. That was so good. Alex is someone that I've loved. I've got to watch him grow so much, and he really has caught the vision for the one team movement. And I wrote down his quote where he's like, everyone deserves to feel like this. And that is so true, Alex. Like, he really believes whether you're financially linked or not in Isagenix, someone else's team, like, he really wants everyone to feel their best. And I love that he touched on vulnerability, because I know that was something that before you struggled with. So I love that now you're sharing that with other people. And I also want to highlight, I'm not a mean person. I said that to you because you were in a sulky mode. That, oh, just quit, because I knew that's the only thing that would get you to stop sulking. I'm going to remember that forever, sitting in the bathroom. I think it was before the gala or something in Vegas. It just, vulnerability brings people closer together. And the closest people in my own team are people that have just been vulnerable and real and said, you know, things that are really going on in their life, or, you know, what's going on in their business or in their personal life. Vulnerability is so key. If it's something that you guys want to work on, Brené Brown is a phenomenal author. I listen to a lot of her books on audiobook. Brené Brown, look up some of her YouTube videos. She talks about being vulnerable, you know, not putting yourself on that pedestal, not, if someone knows how to spell it, just stick it in the chat, or I can later. It is like, she's just phenomenal. She teaches on vulnerability and how it makes us happier, how it makes people around us happier. And it gets people off pedestals, because I know even the biggest leaders that I look at in Isagenix are the ones that are real and raw. So I have taken note that, you know, as I move forward in this business, that I always want to be honest. I never want to, you know, yeah, that's a phenomenal book right there that Tinney is holding up. Phenomenal book, Rising Strong by Brené Brown. Alex piece, I think that's so big, and it's something that is often so missed in business training. And the biggest takeaway for, you know, what are you doing daily, weekly, monthly commitment? Like, write it down. If you have a day planner, if you have a phone, making those things known to other people is so phenomenal. So before you get off the call, like, make your intentions for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month, because it's so powerful to get those intentions set. And with that, I think we are going to move into more of a belief piece with McKenna. If you guys don't know her, she's phenomenal. I met her for the first time in Vegas. She's just magnetic. She's one of the sweetest human beings I think I've ever met. And I'm like, well, where are you from? She listed Alberta, BC, and Scottsdale, Arizona. So she's a traveler, and her story is so phenomenal. She actually recently dropped out of university to pursue her business in Isagenix, and she's only 19 years old. She's been using products for, I think, 6 years, just started getting into the business, but you guys are going to love everything that she has to say.
Okay, hi guys. Thank you so much, Morgan. That was an incredible edification. I think that's how you say it. And let's all give it up for Alex for delivering like an amazing piece. I love how vulnerable everybody got on that, and it was just amazing to see that everybody did that. Okay, so who here could use a little brush up on their belief? Anyone? Yes? Okay, and who here would love to leave this call with the skills to be 10 feet tall and absolutely bulletproof, speaking to anybody about Isagenix? Anyone? Okay, great. Well, I'm here to share with you guys some skills and techniques that you can apply to really increase your belief. But first, is it okay if I share a little bit of my story with you guys? Okay. So I'm McKenna, and I reside in Edmonton, Alberta, along with those other places that Morgan talked about. And I've actually been using the Isagenix products since I was 12 years old, so 7 years now. I was introduced by my mom, as she is a fitness professional, and as a result of just using the products, I feel like I grew up as a very healthy child, always energized and motivated, just because I was feeding my body with the right nutrients, as you guys all know. But there was always a part of me that just wanted to create a bigger impact and wanted to inspire people. So that's when I decided to build the business in the pockets of my time as a full-time university student last year. And as a result of doing that, I now have an extra income that allows me to travel more and just do more of what I love in life. Now I'm just so passionate about sharing this opportunity with other young people. I now 100% believe that Isagenix is the vehicle that will allow me to live a life of financial freedom and abundance in all aspects of my life. But my belief was not always that high. When I first heard about the START group and network marketing, I was definitely not all in. I was more like half in. I had no belief in myself, and I didn't even know what network marketing was. I had never heard of it before. So what I want you guys to do right now, though, is grab a pen and a piece of paper, just anywhere around you. Just have your pen. And I want you guys to rate your belief on a scale of 10 out of 10 being unbelievably confident, 10 feet tall, bulletproof, and then to a scale of 0 out of 10 being no belief. So 0 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Don't overthink this. Just write down the first number that pops into your head when I say each of these categories. So I want you guys to first rate yourself on your belief of Isagenix as a company. What is your belief out of a 10 out of 10? Or out of a 10, sorry. Okay, and the second one I want you to do is your belief in the products. So what is your belief in the products? Okay, and then the third one is going to be the Isagenix compensation plan. What is your belief in that? Okay, and then the fourth is the belief in yourself. What is your rating on your belief in yourself? And then the fifth is going to be network marketing. And then the very final one is the belief in yourself doing network marketing. What is your rating? Okay, so I want you guys to put your hands up if you were not a 10 out of 10 in at least one of those areas that I said. Put your hands up if you're not a 10 out of 10. Okay, great. So don't you guys all agree that until we are a 10 out of 10 in this business, it's going to be hard? When I first started, I was about a 5 out of 10 belief in marketing. Have you guys ever tried to do something with a 5 out of 10 belief, going 50%? It just does not work. It's like a plane cannot take off of the ground unless you give it 100% and you have that belief that it's going to get off the ground. It's just not going to work. It'll stay on the ground forever. So that's exactly like us. We can't expect other people to believe in what we're doing if we don't believe in ourselves. It's just not going to work. So what's going to be the most important thing to increase that belief is the action that you're going to take. So what I would like for you guys to do is to circle those areas that you're the lowest in right now, just however many areas that is. And you guys are going to focus really hard on those in this upcoming week to grow those, because that will not only help yourself, but it will help your business grow as well. So for myself, the two areas that I was really, really low on when starting was the belief in myself and the belief in network marketing. Can anybody else relate to that? Yeah. Okay, so to increase the belief in myself, I started on my own personal development journey to grow myself. As we all know, personal development is going to be super vital in building your business in network marketing. So to increase the belief in myself, I started two of the things. Oh, sorry. Okay, so actually, I'm going to give you guys a resource that really helped me on my personal development journey. If you guys want to write this down, it's a book, and it's called You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. So You Are a Badass. This is one of the things that really helped me. Yeah, my favorite book. There you go. It just really allows you to notice the self-sabotaging beliefs that you have in yourself and really create a life that you love. Oh, sorry, who's it by? It's by Jen Sincero. Jen Sincero. Okay. Yes. And one of my favorite quotes from the book that I just wanted to share with you guys really quick was, if you think you can or you think you can't, you are absolutely right. If you come into this with the mindset that you cannot build this business and you cannot do it, then yes, you're right. You're not going to build the business. But if you come in with the mindset, a positive mindset of you can and you will, and you just give it your all, just watch what happens. Your business will grow. So make that decision. Make that decision that you will still be here 12 months from now, personally growing yourself every single day and building your business. And one more thing that really helped me in the belief of myself was just putting myself out there. You guys, you're going to have to get uncomfortable in this business at least once or twice a day. Honestly, it's about putting yourself in those areas that you're going to be uncomfortable and really stepping out of your comfort zone, because that is truly where the magic happens. So tell your story to more people, talk to more people, connect with more people, regardless of the outcome. So really commit yourself to that. Okay, so that is for yourself. And as for network marketing, I know that was one of the low points that you guys raised your hands for. What really helped me grow my belief in network marketing was Eric Worre. Does anybody know who Eric Worre is? Yes. Okay, so the book GoPro, GoPro by Eric Worre. That is honestly, like, do yourself a favor, read that, study that, do whatever you can, the best you can, because that will help. Because network marketing is one of the highest paid professions in the world. There are more millionaires in network marketing than in any other profession in the world. Network marketing offers the most systematic way for the ordinary person to reach the most extraordinary results. So really, like, yeah, focus on GoPro and Eric Worre. That will help a lot. And another thing to grow your network marketing, events. There is a reason why corporate, and you hear Eric Hoover and all of the Hoovers talking about get yourself to events. This is literally where the magic happens. It is key. Events are definitely key. Just surrounding yourself with those people who are reaching for the same goals as you and have that high vibing energy, it's just gonna build your belief that much more. So definitely go to isagenixevents.com, look for the nearest events around you, fly to events if you have to. I promise you, just get to events and it'll help a lot too. Okay, so yeah, that just goes with surrounding yourself with people as well who are gonna like see the greatness in you and gonna help you. So even on this call, in these trainings, this will help your belief grow. Find someone that you relate to, that you want to connect with on here. Give them as an accountability partner, because as we all know, you are the result of the 5 people that you spend your most time with. So surround yourself with like these amazing people or anybody else that you have in your life. So how many of you are committed to getting yourself to a 10 out of 10 belief in all of these areas and really focusing on growing those areas? Okay. And so what I want you guys to do right now is I want you guys to write what you're going to do in this next week to get yourself a 10 out of 10 in the chat right now. So we'll do that. Okay. Okay, more action. There we go. Exactly. So action is going to lead to your results. That is definitely going to help. Hit up. Okay. See, that's awesome. See your guys' belief and taking these actions. That is good. And for all of you guys that do have those doubts and low beliefs right now about yourself and your belief in doing this, just know if nobody else believes in you, I believe in you, and I'm 1,000% sure that everybody else on this team believes in you. So you're the one that's holding the pen to write your life right now. Don't let anybody else write your story. Your dreams matter and you matter, and that is everything that I have for you guys today.
That was so good. Give her a big round of applause, guys.
Thank you.
I loved her last quote of it's you're holding the pen, you write your own story. Like, that is so powerful. That's insane. And I love it. Like, you know, if you guys want it, you got to put in the work. And her touching on getting uncomfortable, that was my biggest thing. I was afraid to get uncomfortable. But since I've, you know, put myself in these situations like this makes me uncomfortable, but I'm growing my belief in myself as I'm, you know, sharing things with the rest of Start Canada. So the uncomfortable stuff and the vulnerability stuff today is like, so awesome. I love it. And I love that she touched on, you know, getting plugged into events. That is so huge on building your belief in your community and yourself. I love that so much. That's the biggest game changer. And I hope all of you guys wrote down Eric Worre. And, you know, You Are Badass is one of my favorite books of all time. It's amazing. I took a friend to a cottage this weekend, and she sat there reading that book all weekend, and she agreed, you know, this is amazing. This is like a game changer book for, you know, how I look at myself and what I can do. If any of you guys are looking for any other self-development books, like proudly proclaim I have one of the biggest self-development libraries in the world. So if you're looking for more books, like send me a message. I have a whole PDF of books that I send out to my team and people that are looking for some good reads and building yourself, because, you know, I can relate to McKenna's story that my belief in myself was like a 2 when I first started here. And now I proudly wrote down a 10 because I put in the work over the last 3 years. So McKenna, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I think we're going to take a little break here if we have time. Let me check the time. And I'd love for you guys to get out your phones. And we're just going to do a little activity to also build your belief and, you know, make this not so stressful on yourself anymore. I'm just going to ask that you guys send 2 gratitude texts to anyone in your life. They can be in or out of Isagenix, family, friends, acquaintances. Just send out 2 text messages or Facebook messages. Put yourself on mute and send a voice recording to someone that you're just really grateful for and why, and thank them for being in your life. Gratitude, I think, is so huge in building belief and just feeling not so stressed in, you know, this industry that we're in. Cool. Is everyone done? Give me a head nod and a thumbs up if you're done. Wicked. I love it. My phone just went off 3 times. I don't want to read them because I'll cry. Okay. So we are going to move into, we're a little bit backwards today, but we're going to get into our starter in the spotlight. And this is my favorite aspect of this call that we put in here, because we are, you know, teller and sharer of stories. So Tinney and I have been working really hard to find dynamic stories from all over Canada, people from all different backgrounds, different success stories, so that we all have them, you know, in the back of our head. We know these people because, you know, some people kind of tap out for testimonials, but it's so important that we know these stories because it might not pertain to you. You might not find it interesting, but what someone shares, you could share with someone else and completely change their life through sharing their testimony. So this is my favorite aspect of any call or any event, is learning people's stories so that I tuck it away and I save it to share it with someone later that could, you know, drastically change their entire life. So I'm so excited to look at our starter in the spotlight this week, which is Lynn. This woman is so freaking inspiring. She's a young single mama. I'll let her get into her story, but she's just so committed to giving back to her community, and she's so excited that she's finally found a vehicle to do so. I am so excited to introduce her. Lynn, are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, babe.
Hi. Thank you so much, Morgan, for introducing me. I just love you. Your passion about Start Your Life movement and Isagenix is just mind-blowing. I just love you to death. Thank you to all the speakers already. You guys have been blowing the thing up tonight, so thank you again. Like Morgan said, my name is Lynn Westlake, and I'm 32 years old. So I'll just get right into it. Before Isagenix, I was a single mom, and I was doing PSW work at a nursing home. And I was working crazy hours, shift work. Unfortunately, I started working when my son was 5 months old. So, you know, I didn't spend much time with him as much as I wanted to. But being a single mom, you got to do what you got to do. So that happened, and I ended up taking some time off one weekend. I don't know if you guys know Toronto, Canada very much, but there's a Caravana that happens every year. That's where I was. And in the morning, I spent time with my son, and at night, it was mommy time. So I went and had some fun during the day, and in the evening, a bunch of our friends went on motorcycles, and it wasn't the greatest decision. I ended up getting in a motorcycle accident that night, pretty severe. I'm actually lucky to be speaking to you all tonight because I ended up on the other side of the road, and some really bad injuries that I sustained. Needless to say, I couldn't walk for 3 years. The little boy that came running into my arms every day after work couldn't do that anymore because I couldn't pick him up. So it was really traumatic for me. I put on a lot of weight. I went through, the sad part of my life, and started eating food from the food bank, actually, because I couldn't support myself anymore and my little guy. So that was just devastating in itself. So fast forward a few years after physiotherapy, I was able to walk again. I started lifting my son up, and I needed to get a job. So I tried to do what I could. I couldn't do PSW work anymore. So I ended up getting a job at a door-to-door organic meat company, which is cool. Organic meat, that's always good. So it wasn't the most fun job to do because I probably knocked on your door at 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, who the is at my door right now? That was me. But I ended up knocking on this little beautiful lady's door, Tinney Gray. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. She let me come into her house, and I'm like, whoa, I don't think I'm allowed to do this. I'm on the job, but I did anyways. And, fast forward, I ended up meeting her for coffee a few days later, and she shared the Isagenix vision with me, and it completely changed my life. She's like, Lynn, you could put healthy food on the table for your son. You could, lose that extra weight that you've had. You could become happier because there's some special stuff in here that can help with your stress levels and stuff like that. And she was right. Everything she told me was true. And fast forward 4 years later, I'm still taking the products. My son is now on some of the products that kids can take, and it has dramatically changed me. Like, incredible. I was so introverted to myself for so many years, and going to these events and meeting people like this has totally made me come out. I'm not going to say this is the easiest thing for me to do, talk on a live Zoom call like this, but I am a totally different person, and I'm way better for it because I just love the atmosphere. You guys are all awesome. And the Start Your Life movement, you guys are going to friggin' love it. Like, there's so much passion in these people. It's really incredible. So anyways, while I rant on, I just want to thank you for your time. And I hope I've inspired somebody, because just like Tinney Gray took a chance on a stranger that landed on her door, or please open it up, because you never know what life you're saving by just sharing this Isagenix vision with them, whether it's financially, health-wise, or just maybe they need some support by making new friends. You never know. So please open that door. Love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, that was so good. Can we give her a big round of applause, guys? That was phenomenal. Like, watching the screen, Lynn, like you just brought out so many emotion, even in so many of the boys. Like, thank you so much for sharing. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that you were in a motorcycle accident. Like, that just makes you, like, me love you so much more. You're so phenomenal. Thank you so much. And it's such, like, I can't even believe that you showed up on Tinney's door. Like, who do you guys know that is struggling physically and financially in a situation like that, and you can completely change their life? Or who do you know that's a single mom that, needs something like this to bring their child up in such a better way? It's just, I just love this company. I love this culture. Thank you so much, Lynn. That was so awesome.
Can I say something here, Morgan?
Yeah.
So I just want to, the message here, you guys, is that when Lynn came to my door, I just started asking her a bunch of questions, and I started listening between the lines of what she was telling me. And I just really just listened to her. And when Lynn got started, everything in the world was against her getting started. Every objection possible was against her to get started. But I shared the vision with her. And she didn't really believe in herself, but she believed in my belief in her, because I knew that her and her son deserved more and that they could do more. And like, it just, I mean, I have a new baby sister. Like, this is the reason we have to talk to people and ask questions. This is the reason, you know, no objection. It's just an obstacle. It's just an opportunity to help someone get over something, right? It's a question, it's a concern, it's a whatever. So just open your mouth, because you never know who is going to be that one that was on their knees praying every night, you know, for an answer. So sorry, Lynn, I love you.
I love you, Tina. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you.
I love it. Okay, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the call now. We're getting closer to 8:50 here. I really want to let you guys know that Edward Carlin is going to be on our call next week. If you guys don't know who he is the regional sales specialist for Canada. So this is a big deal that we have him here checking out our call. He's going to be here to share some awesome information next week. So share it with your peeps. We're going to probably max out next week. I know today is a long weekend, so a lot of people weren't able to make it. So we want, if you're able to share the Start Canada Facebook page with anyone in your team or that you know that is Start Canada age, and spread the word. I think Tina's going to make another event. So, you know, let's share that. Let's get people on, show Edward some love, because this is a pretty big deal that he's going to be here next week. Other things coming up, we are still doing a picture contest, and Tina and I have been in contact with a videographer who is willing to make us a Start Canada video to show at events. We're possibly going to get corporate involved. So very much like the Start video that's on the Start Your Life website, but it's going to be all Canada. So in the next few months, if you guys could, especially those of you around in different provinces, we're looking for homemade videos of you guys at your events or at your, you know, your launch parties in your house, something super Canadian, so we can put all of these videos together in a really awesome way and share, you know, Start Canada and what exactly it is that we're doing. Tina, anything else you want to add here?
Just, if you guys haven't gone to the YouTube channel and subscribed to it, if you guys could do that, because it's up in the ranks now. So when you put in Start Canada, it pops up at the top, which is awesome, but we want to keep it up there. So just, if you haven't subscribed to it, subscribe to it. But, and can we just give it up for Morg? She is like rocking out the hosting position like a champ.
Thanks.
Woo! That's all I got.
Wicked. Okay, and the recording will be on the Start Canada YouTube page if you guys want to share it with any of your friends who weren't able to make it here tonight, or listen back to anything that you may have missed. But before you go, I think we should take a few screenshots.
Yeah, and also, did you guys say anything about with ICU on this in Toronto? Alex is looking at you peeps all together.
Yeah, I think Alex is planning a Start Canada party,
yeah,
right?
So, and I suggested maybe looking into a restaurant and booking a restaurant for like 20 or 40 of you, however many there are. So
that would be phenomenal.
I'm the chaperone, I'll come.
That's totally fine. We feel weird without you, Tina.
You have to come, Tina.
Isa Mom is going to be there. You guys ready for a screenshot?
Yeah.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hang tight. I got to get the other peeps on the other side because we got lots of people here today. Okay.
Take yourself off your mutes, guys, all you black screen weirdos.
Yeah, if you guys want to show your face. Ready? 1.
What do you mean black screen weirdo?
Go. There we go.
Yeah.
I love right now that my bestie in the whole world is tuning in she just moved to New Zealand, and she's on the Start Canada call. Like, that's such commitment. What time is it right now there?
It is 1:45 in the afternoon, and it is Monday.
And is it chilly there? You look like you're cold.
Oh, it's raining. Here, I'll show you. Look at this.
I should put her on host so I can see bigger. Hold on. See if I can do this.
It's raining, and there's palm trees. This is so weird. I'm like, yeah.
So cool.
I love that she's still here. That's so awesome.
There she is. Caitlin, do it again. Can you show us talk, and then you'll show up.
Oh, yeah. So it's like pissing rain, and it's so cold.
Maybe
I can't say that on Start Canada. It's pouring.
Okay.
It's like 10 degrees here. It's really cold.
Well, thanks for the palm tree view anyway.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm glad I could make it.
Glad you are too. Whoops, Kim, you're sharing your screen, babe.
Ow.
Okay, Morgan, we're getting wild.
Okay, we're getting wild. I just love it. Caitlin's traveling to New Zealand, just spreading the Start Your Life culture, and it's only through this movement and opportunity that she's able to do that. So it excites me so much that you're plugged back in here when you're there doing such exciting stuff, dude. Thank you. Okay, cool. Let's wrap it up, guys.